Welcome back now to that incident at the Rio Olympics where American athletes claimed they were robbed at gunpoint, but what actually happened there?
ABC's Adrienne Bankert has more on the claims and questions from Brazilian authorities.
Claims made by members of Team USA Swimming that they were robbed at gunpoint outside the Olympic Village on Sunday have crumbled. Police saying there was no robbery. Federal Brazilian police sources saying at least one of the 4 Olympic swimmers, including Ryan Lochte, are seen breaking down a bathroom door at a gas station, then getting into a fight with a security guard. Rewind to last week and the controversial interview Lochte first gave to NBC News.
The guy pulled out his gun, he cocked it, put it to my forehead, he said, "Get down," and I was like, I put my hands up, I was like, whatever.
Lochte now saying the gun was only pointed in his direction. The 12-time Olympic medalist is back in the U.S. His teammates James Fegan, Jack Conger, and Gunnar Bentz all remain in Brazil. 2 of them seen here in a Rio police station after being pulled from a flight bound for Houston.
They came by and said, "Sir, you need to debark the plane," and there was a security person. They took him off the plane.
Brazilian investigators looking into whether false statements were given to police. Members of the IOC conducting their own investigation and talking about forgiveness.
Let's give these kids a break. Sometimes you take actions that you later regret.
Rio's chief of police saying they should apologize, telling Brazilian TV network Globo the only truth is that they said they were drunk. A federal police source tells ABC News that at least 2 of the swimmers being questioned and cooperating with authorities could get their passports back and return home to the U.S., possibly as soon as tonight. Adrienne Bankert, ABC News, New York.
Hillary Clinton is meeting with a group of law enforcement officials. Clinton will also be meeting with Bill Bratton, the commissioner of the New York Police Department. The meeting will focus on the challenges and opportunities of policing across the country. Some of the law enforcement officials who will attend include the Los Angeles Police Chief, the Dallas County Sheriff, and the NYPD Chief. Mitt Romney is helping Florida Senator Marco Rubio in his re-election bid. Mitt Romney is making phone calls to donors and is praising Rubio as a lawmaker who is open to compromise with Democrats. He's also calling him a, quote, voice of reason and thoughtfulness. Romney had already lent his support for Rubio before the incumbent stepped out of the presidential race. Rubio initially said he wouldn't run for re-election to the Senate, but he changed his mind after he ended his presidential campaign.
From the historic and deadly floods in Louisiana only getting worse. State and federal officials toured hard-hit areas in the southern part of the state today. So far, 13 people are dead, 30,000 have been rescued, 40,000 homes are impacted. Thousands more are at risk.
We are certainly not out of the woods, and as I've been saying for 6 days now, this is an ongoing event.
We actually lost everything. Katrina came here, and 10 years later lost everything again.
The disaster has scientists taking a closer look at weather systems wreaking havoc in the United States. Other victims of this disaster, shelter animals. Dogs displaced by the flooding are finding new homes in the Tampa Bay area. The Humane Society of Tampa has agreed to take in 18 dogs from a shelter in Lafayette, Louisiana. 60 others went to another shelter there. The Animal Cruelty Task Force in Louisiana says they plan to empty out all their shelters in the coming days that are impacted by this flood.
Well, we welcome them and hope they find homes here in Florida.
Yep. Let's get over now to Steve. We've got some big storms on the Suncoast at this hour. Steve?
We probably have some ponding and local flooding from these storms that have been moving over from the Atlantic sea breeze that has finally reached the Suncoast, and a lot of lightning, a dangerous lightning at that, right over the heart of Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, moving into Bradenton, and the Sunshine Skyway. It looks like getting hammered right now, so if you had plans to go up there, you might postpone it an hour. I think these storms will be passed within the next 2 hours. Another cluster along that same sea breeze front from about Inglewood southward to Boca Grande to towards Sanibel Island, and again, those will be moving by in the next hour or two as well. Currently at the airport, 89 degrees, our dew point 75, humidity 63%, and our high this afternoon was a 95-degree reading, last night's low 77. Our complete weather forecast and tropical weather outlook coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Steve. As the Sarasota County School District gets ready to kick off the new school year in just a few days, the safety of its students is always a top priority.
A new director of safety and security is getting things ready for this upcoming school year. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now with more on what's being done. Rick?
Yeah, guys, there are more than 40,000 students in the Sarasota County School District. A security team is now in place to keep each of those students very safe. It's a job that's just as important as the work teachers and administrators do in a school district. The security team in the Sarasota County School District have the huge responsibility of keeping every student and faculty member safe and secure. It's work that the school district's new Director of Safety, Security, and Emergency Management, Michael Andreas, takes very seriously.
It's number one on my list, my staff's list, the district's list, keeping the children safe, the faculty safe, and our visitors safe. Anyone who comes into our schools, on our campuses, falls under our responsibility.
Andreas began with the school district back in June, and he tells us he has an extensive background in Homeland Security. He says the school district has done a great job with safety and security, but now he wants to take it to a whole other level.
Our system of security is not a one-and-done kind of thing. It is a living system, so we will continue to make changes and improvements to it throughout the year.
There are many cameras on the grounds of every single school here in Sarasota County, so no matter where you are, there's a very good chance you're being watched. A security team at an undisclosed location is keeping a close eye on those cameras 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Superintendent of Sarasota County Schools, Lori White, has been with the school district for 40 years, 8 years in her current role. Even though she will be retiring at the end of February, she has always looked at school safety as a top priority.
That comes first before anything else. Once those students leave their families, we want the families to be assured that they are safe and secure in our care.
Something new for the 2016-2017 school year is cutting-edge identification technology.
We are rolling out a new visitor identification and management system, what we call VIMS. It's how we identify and manage our visitors on our campuses.
And school in Sarasota County is all set to get underway this Monday, August 22nd. Scott, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. More students are filling classrooms in Manatee County schools. Initial enrollment counts show an increase of about 500 more students than last year. The district's 5-day attendance count showed almost 48,000 students. School district officials anticipated that increase. The district expects more than 49,000 students to be enrolled by the end of the school year. A Tallahassee judge will hold another hearing on a lawsuit involving the opt-out movement. Some parents are against a state law that prevents some children from being promoted to the 4th grade. Parents from across the state say their children were held back because they refused to take the state's standardized test. The lawsuit states the children should have been promoted because they get good grades and demonstrated they could read at grade level. A circuit judge will hear motions from several school districts on Monday.
Students and parents in Sarasota County are learning more about the upcoming school year. Orientation and open houses are taking place this week. Students from 12 elementary schools had the opportunity to meet their teacher today. This is the scene at Ashton Elementary School in Sarasota. Students say meeting their teacher is one of the most exciting parts of the school year.
I'm excited because I'm transferring schools to here, so I'm excited for a new teacher and new friends.
The Meet Your Teacher events continue tomorrow in Sarasota County, and some of those schools, Inglewood, Fruitville, and Venice Elementary Schools.
Exciting times.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's that time. I took my little sis from Big Brothers Big Sisters to get her scheduled today. Everyone was finding out what classes they'll be in and what lunch period and PE and all that. So
my daughter's going into 8th grade.
8th grade.
Just
high
a year
school next
from high
year.
school. I know.
Don't think about that yet.
Gosh. Still to come in your Suncoast News, distributing through Port Manatee.
One company will continue to operate out of the Gulf Coast port, bringing fresh produce for up to the next 20 years.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. and that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. HotelPlanner.com.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking the life out of them. He's picking up the phone.
Oh, no, not Consolidated Credit.
With one call, they can lower their credit card rates.
And consolidate their bills into one low payment.
They'll pay off their debt in no time.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Because debt sucks.
Call 800-201-0230. That's 800-201-0230. Call now.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Shark Swim Team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones Branch, YMCA Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit sarasotaymca.org/sharks.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Del Monte fruit will continue coming into the Florida Gulf Coast for the next 2 decades. Port Manatee signed an agreement with the company. Del Monte signed a lease extension through 2021, and if all options are exercised, Del Monte will be doing business at Port Manatee until at least 2036. And now we'll head over to Steve and get a check on some ominous weather on the Sun Coast.
Haley, we've had some pretty strong storms come over us in the last hour. They're pretty much passing us by right now. But take a close look at this crane as our building boom along the Sun Coast really keeps going. But as the storm approached, they collapsed that thing, parked it. And it was a good thing because we had some fairly strong winds and lots of lightning with that storm that just passed on by. Temperatures across Florida, a couple of rain-cooled areas. Orlando was down in the 70s last hour, but the sun's back out. The storms are past. They've warmed up to 82. The same at Tampa. Fort Myers currently 91 degrees. Across our viewing area, while it looks like it's the 80s, we've had some feel-like temperatures over 100 this afternoon. But again, all those rain showers that are passing us in the last hour are cooling things off. It's all part of that East Coast sea breeze that transited the entire state of Florida, and right now they're lined up along the Sun Coast and moving offshore. We're almost done with them, but there's still some lightning going on from the heart of Sarasota, the Sunshine Skyway getting hammered right now, and further south in southern Sarasota County and Charlotte County right now hitting the beaches. Manasota probably getting fairly strong storms, but again, they'll be gone within the next hour or two. Now, our tropical weather outlook, we have a couple of features we're looking at. This is Tropical Storm Fiona. I'll talk about it in a minute, but this is an African easterly wave that's blown off the continent, and it's going to take a much more southerly course, and it could do something like this in the next week. We'll be keeping a close eye on it, but right now we're focused on Fiona, which has maximum winds of 45 miles an hour. By tomorrow morning, it could strengthen to 50 miles an hour, and then as it encounters cooler water in the Atlantic, far away from the East Coast, so it's no threat to us, but it's going to be around for a few days before winding up in northern Europe at the end of next week. Across the nation, we have some hefty storms in the northern Mississippi Valley and a little dip in the jet stream and a front that could give a taste of autumn up in the Dakotas and Minnesota and Wisconsin over the weekend. But we're under high pressure, and a subtle change is going to happen that'll have profound influences. This little front's going to brush the southeastern United States. We have an area of low pressure that's going to move to the west. And as both of those things happen, it's going to shut off this Atlantic sea breeze that's been giving us the afternoon and evening thunderstorms with lots of lightning. So I think over the weekend, we won't have that. We could have some early morning thunderstorms. If we look at our future cast through the night, there go the storms that are over us right now. And then look by tomorrow morning, dry over almost all of Florida, except down around Miami and the Keys. And the forecast for Friday shows we'll have pop-up thunderstorms, but no organized areas as we've seen today and in days past. But interior parts of our viewing area could still see some afternoon thunderstorms into the weekend, while along the immediate coast, not so much. Here's a close-up view of those storms moving westward, and once they're gone, and we will not see a repeat of this until probably the middle of next week. Here's what you need to know of the weather headlines. The storms are going to be gone for a while. At least it'll be drier, a few of them. And it's going to be a great weekend coming up for boating and being at the beach. But the storms do come back by the middle of next week. Here's the coastal forecast and marine outlook. Southeast winds becoming southwestern in the afternoon, 10 knot seas, 2 feet or less. Bay and inland waters a light chop. Siesta Keys beach temperature tomorrow, same at Lido, about 89. The water temperature at New Pass is 87, thanks to Marine Laboratory for that reading. Our forecast for tonight, early storms, partly cloudy otherwise, low 76. And tomorrow, high temperature about 90 degrees, with only the slightest chance we'll see some storms that'll be widely scattered. Here's the 7-day outlook showing only a 10% chance of storms on Saturday, a little bit more on Sunday, but it'll be dry, I think. And then next week, we'll see those storms return by Wednesday and Thursday. Scott?
I'll take it. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There's some backup on I-75 northbound and southbound near the exit for University Parkway. This is the result of an earlier crash in that area. There's also some backup on University Parkway to be expected eastbound heading toward the interstate.
Apple fans may want to readjust their calendar a bit. The new iPhone may not be released when you expect it. A source claims the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus will not go on sale until September 23rd. Bloomberg had been reporting a September 7th unveiling. Apple, though, has kept quiet during the speculation, so there is still no official date for the latest iPhones. Target is hoping to improve sales of Apple products with the new iPhone 7. The retail giant reports sales of those products in its stores were down by more than 20% in the second quarter. Customers are now in less of a hurry to replace their old devices. Experts say it's going to take a major wow factor to get customers to spend money to upgrade. Overall, the company's stock is up by 3% this year, but experts are split on whether or not they're expecting that figure to grow.
The New York Times is shutting down one of its popular smartphone apps. The company says the NYT Now hasn't lived up to its hopes in the 2 years since it was launched in an effort to reach a younger audience. Last May, it had at least 334,000 users, but that number has dropped to an average of 257,000 per month. The app offers morning and evening news briefings. It will now be incorporated into the main New York Times app.
All right, entertainment news is right after this. Stay with us.
I'm Alan Cohn. Pets in need of homes. The number of shelter animals spikes in Manatee County. What can be done to encourage more adoptions?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Step up to GMC and get cash back for up to 12% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles. That's over $9,300 cash back on this Yukon.
See more now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
A popular celebrity gossip site is ending its run.
Gawker.com is shutting down next week. It's the company Hulk Hogan won a $140 million lawsuit against in an invasion of privacy case. Gawker will now belong to Univision. The Spanish-language broadcaster purchased the media company for $135 million.
LeBron James has led his teams to 3 NBA titles, but now he wants to own one. The MVP champ says he feels like his brain is unique when it comes to basketball, and he would love to one day continue to share his knowledge of the game. King James made the comments during an episode of Open Run podcast, which is owned by his multimedia network, Uninterrupted.
How would you like to stay in a hotel owned by Robert De Niro? The actor has gotten the green light to build a luxury hotel in London. The 83-room Wellington Hotel will occupy 6 historic buildings. It will include a spa, restaurant, private members club, and a retail space. He and his team already own Manhattan's Greenwich Hotel. De Niro says he plans to honor the heritage of the area while bringing the best of New York to London. De Niro is expected to open the doors on this hotel in 2019.
Should have a theater there
Yeah.
and show all of his movies. ABC's The View is ramping up for a historic 20th season. New co-host Sarah Haynes will join the panel of women moderated by Whoopi Goldberg. Co-host Joy Behar, Candace Cameron Bure, Paula Ferris, and Raven Simone will all return for the upcoming 20th season. It begins Tuesday, September 6th at 11 a.m. right here on ABC 7. Of course, started by Barbara Walters 20 years ago, and you know, it's convinced everyone that I think it changed really the landscape of television. A talk show.
Talk shows for
it was
sure.
The first show really focused towards women, right?
And really focused on that kind of, you know, mid-morning, sit around a table, chat about hot topics.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that that's what really started that whole hot topics trend. And we've seen so many different co-hosts over the years. And apparently Barbara Walters will be making some appearances on this 20th anniversary.
I think she should. We'll be right back with more news and weather. Stay with us.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.